Good morning, my friends. Welcome to this 8th day of the 12 days of Shavemas for Christmas. I've got Safety Cat here, all ready on station. Let's go get us some soap. See, we just started and we're already at day 8. We're 2/3 of the way through this calendar. And let's see what we got. Lemon Lozenge. And you see it up here. Santa with a big old lemon cube there. Hey, this artist is just really having a great time with this. Yeah, and it says our Easter egg today is elf pocket lint. Okay. Here we go with Lemon Lozenge. And I do like the, if I hold it just right, you can see, well, I'll try to put a picture in here so you can see it. It says scent profile is sweetened mellow lemon cough syrup. Every childhood Christmas had two guarantees. Presents under the tree and a cold that hit harder than any snowstorm. Ain't that the truth? Enter the humble lemon lozenge, sunlight in candy form, soothing sore throats while Mom insisted on bundling you in 3 scarves. Forget eggnog and gingerbread, the true holiday flavor of survival was lemon. Yeah, it was lemon and honey and lemon for me. That little wax paper wrapped lozenge, tart as a citrus comet, carried us through colds, coughs, and endless reruns of National Lampoon's Christmas Vacation. For some, cough cough, nostalgia is a season classic by default. And then there's a little in italics down here at the bottom. Can I refill your eggnog for you? Get you something to eat? Drive you out to the middle of nowhere and leave you for dead? Okay. Well, let's crack these open so I don't have to do it with wet hands. It is lemony. Yeah, very faint here, and it could also be my nose is about half stopped up with one of these very Christmas colds. Yeah, I can smell the lemon here. Super. Let's go back and shave with this. Okay, we're back. And here we are with today's flavor. Lemon Lozenge. Having consumed a good number of lemon lozenges, I remember there's a certain twang. I think it's from the interaction between the honey and the lemon that in those lozenges that I used to have. That this fragrance kind of evokes in my memory just off the puck. We're gonna keep using our Grey Dog synthetic and our razor today. And I'm surprised I haven't whipped one of these out yet. But this is just a good old Gillette Super Speed. This particular one is from the C-1. That'd be first quarter of 1957 is what this one came from. Let's dig some soap out. Yeah, some of these soaps I think are kind of formulated to trigger some memories in we old people. And this is one of them. Lemon, there was lemon candies we used to get too. It came in a bag. Same place where there's like a dime store. What was it? It wasn't a dime store. It was like a farm store, like Farm and Fleet or something that you guys might know about. And these candies came in a bag, along a little cloth bag actually, and you get lemon drops, and you could get horehound candy, and several other real old-fashioned type things. Just molasses. There were some molasses flavored ones. Well, that's horehound, and it's kind of, oftentimes we would use those instead of cough drops because, well, they were cheap, and it was of that era for me, the late 60s, early 70s. Well, that's, for some reason this one is foaming rather than lathering, and I had a pretty good dollop of soap there. Maybe I'm being impatient. Let's work on it a little bit longer. Let's throw a little bit more water at it, see what that does. That helped. Maybe just a little bit more, see what that does for us. I've noticed this soap is kind of inactive until you hit its water band, and then it just explodes. And that's what it's doing now. I got just huge tons of lather in here. Yeah, that'll do. Got that just kind of hanging off there like icicles. That's good stuff. Okay, well, let's get ready. I'll fold my collar in so it doesn't get in the way. What was I thinking? Wearing a black flannel shirt. Well, let's do this the right way and get this out of here so then I don't get lather all over it, because I can see myself having a good time with this. Yeah. Lemony and good. Boy, this is a pretty strong lemon fragrance. And Mom would pass out those things in church too, just to keep us quiet. We'd sit there munching on candies. We didn't have that. Dad would give us, yeah, what was it? Wasn't Clorets. Dad had stomach trouble, and he munched Tums, and I think it might have been Clorets. It had a C on the front. It was green, and we used to get those from him, and lemon drops from Mom. While we were all piled in the pew on Christmas Eve, we were wanting to get home and look at the tree and think about what was going to happen Christmas morning, because Dad came up in the Depression of the 1930s, 20s and 30s. So he didn't get much in the way of Christmas, and so he would go kind of bananas at Christmas, just buying all kind of stuff. We would have huge Christmases. He was really big on that. And so we always got all kind of, a lot of stuff for Christmas. Some traditional stuff too came through that you don't think about until years later. Interestingly enough, our stockings, and I've seen now videos on that, we always got a big handful of nuts, walnuts and pecans, and always an orange in there. And that for sure has roots in Dad's past. To get an orange for Christmas. Now that our kids are all gone, we're lucky to put up a tree anymore. The house is kind of lonely. Great first pass. This soap, it might be from a different batch because it feels slicker than the other ones. I'm not sure. It still rinses pretty cleanly. It's just a little slicker than the other ones. Huh. Nice. Well, let's go on for pass 2. Yeah, and they had lemon lozenges different to me than just like straight lemon. It's that little bit of tonic from whatever they used for, in our case was lemon and honey. Mom would mix lemon and honey in a little glass and then spoon it out to us sometimes. And another one she did a lot, one of her home remedies, was hot Tang. Tang was kind of a big thing. It was the juice of the astronauts, you know. And she'd mix up Tang with hot water and have us drink that. And occasionally I'll do that still. It really does dissolve any phlegm in your throat. A lot of times when I sing in the church choir and then I get the hoarse throat, that hot Tang really clears up the mucus. It's gone. I mention it sometimes to people and they go, "What? Hot Tang? My stars, what are you doing?" I never followed up though. I never had anybody actually try it. I assure you it's a good thing. Boy, it's hard to go wrong with a Gillette Super Speed. You know, I'm going to try the residual thickness now with this, just because I got a little bit of stuff here. The key with this soap is to do it before you rinse. Don't add any water to it because it'll dissipate. But there's adequate there for a little touch up here and there. You're doing touch up with minimal lather on there. Be very careful about your pressure because you don't have any foam there to cushion. So you're right there on the skin. It's very close. Yeah, we're good there. And then this rinses pretty cleanly. I'm finally kind of getting into the rhythm of this soap. It takes a little while to get used to things like this. I may actually be starting to like this base. Somewhere, was it Sterling? Another soap maker. Also has a lemon, not a lemon drop, but just what they called frosted lemon, I think. It was lemon and menthol. It's a nice summer. This would be great for summertime, even though it's made to evoke, wintertime things, but the lemon fragrances would be refreshing, bracing. You might mix a little cooling agent, like say in my cabinet here, I have some WS-23 powder. You can mix that in and give a little chill feel to the soap, and that would probably turn this into a summer soap, which would be fun. I'll keep this one out for just that, probably. Yeah. That's fill up with the very appropriate Thayer's lemon. And put this aftershave on. Lemon lozenge. Ooh, man, I got a gusher. Boy, that's a hit of the lozenge. It smells like the lozenges taste. Very nice. Super. Well, it's a pretty great shave. 2 passes with the Gillette Super Speed. Blast from our past, Lemon Lozenge. Blast from my past, and I think maybe because they didn't say this was a Ghost of Christmas Past. Hope this one does go into production. Very nice. I'm Major Rich. You find me at shavingconner.com. If you've made it this far, thank you so much for watching. Please leave a like, subscribe if you're so inclined, and we will see you tomorrow. Bye-bye.